Welcome to another edition of Friday at 4:20. I'm your host, Mike Nabuurs, and over the next 40 minutes, we are going to have ourselves a party in here, aren't we, boys?
Woo!
Yeah!
Yep.
Okay, that's the best. I just blew out all my energy for the day right there. I can't believe it. Let's get the show started. Let's get underway by introducing our panel of awesome people. So we'll start way over on my right with the awesomestness of Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're very good.
Yeah, it's raining today.
It is. It's a rainy day, but it's warm.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
Yeah,
that's
not
what I mean. I'll
crappy
take
cold.
that over the.
Just quickly off the top, Levity Comedy Club, and this may already be going by the time people hear this. But you guys got a comedy workshop happening with Scott Falconbridge?
Yes. Yeah, we're doing them all the time. So
So,
usually
yes.
6 weeks at a time.
Okay, so even if you missed the one that's currently on,
Yeah.
potentially in the future, go to levitycomedyclub.com. But there's opportunities for comedians, because I know we have a bunch of comics who love listening to the show,
Yep.
hoping we're playing their episode. And but this would be a great opportunity, because some of these are even for guys to get who already are comics to take it to another level, right?
Yeah, this month is the first time he's doing 2. So Tuesday night's like the intermediate level.
Okay.
So if you've already you've been doing it for a while, but you want to sharpen your skills or learn how to develop a showcase set and stuff like that. That's what that one's for. But
Okay.
then on Wednesdays there's a beginner's course.
Nice.
So if you've never done it before, or if you've just started, it's
And how does
really
that
helpful.
how does that work with amateur night? Does the amateur night follow it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's Wednesdays,
Okay.
and then
Excellent.
it leads up to the door.
Well, that's very cool. LevityComedyClub.com. Just regularly check out the site, because there's always cool stuff being cooked up down at Levity Comedy Club. There, your plug's out of the way now. You don't have to do it during the show. That's it. Patrick's done. Manolis Zontanos!
Hey, buddy.
How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm better. I haven't seen you in a bit, right?
No, we haven't. We haven't seen each other for a
Since
while.
last Friday, right?
Yeah, since it's been a while. But are you doing well? You look good. You actually look good.
I know. Well, I had diarrhea for a week.
Okay, that's why you lost some weight.
Yeah,
Good.
I couldn't. My body wasn't holding any
It's
food.
a cleanse. It's the Manolis cleanse.
I know it was brutal, dude.
Brutal, but you also got the nice haircut. You got.
Yeah.
I was making fun of you for being real shaggy, and now you look almost businesslike.
I just get a haircut like every 6 months. That's my thing, or maybe 7. It's just easier. I don't know.
I have an idea for kind of not really a music video, and we have the perfect guest with us for this idea, but we'll expand on that in a minute. But I just want to do something where we get Manolis. We're going to put him in a suit. Let's make him look fully 100% corporate, and then have him go into a meeting and just go, dude. Dude.
What's your favorite sounding fart?
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to the next haircut. I almost did this when I got this haircut.
Yeah.
The girl that did it, she left the back, so I had a mullet.
Yeah.
Because she was just that's the way she was
The
cutting down.
mullet's back.
I almost got her to stop. I'm like, you know what? Let's leave this. I think I'm gonna do it next. I'm just gonna let it all grow.
Yeah. Yes.
Get it all short again and leave. I'm going
Business up front, party in the back,
doing it,
baby.
dude.
You know it. Listen, I sort of alluded to the fact that there might be somebody in the house who's a director, and in fact,
Yes.
we have a very talented local director with us. Please welcome to Friday at 4:20, Mr. Paul Maxwell.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
Thanks, guys.
Listen, you just came in from being out on the road with Walk Off the Earth. You do a
That's
lot of
correct,
work
yeah.
with them, right?
Yeah, I do most of their video creation.
That is
kinda
cool
pretty
stuff,
collaborative
man.
with them. But yeah, man, it's fun. We just got back from the U.S.
It's a band that really thinks visually, too, which as a director, you must be like, this is like manna from heaven, right? As opposed to trying to have to convince them to be more colorful and eccentric and weird. I mean, they really think in visual terms.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're such a visually driven band. They're like big on YouTube and things like that. So it's great. Like working for most bands, you've got like how often does a band crank out a music video? Like maybe
Yeah.
a couple a year type of thing. Whereas we're putting stuff out every couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's awesome, man. It keeps me busy
Keeps
and
you
like
very busy.
always
That's
on your
cool.
toes. It's fun.
You shoot music videos. You've done some other sort of
Yeah,
TV documentary pieces. What kind
few
of
things
stuff?
here and there. I had the privilege of actually directing Pat in like a micro comedy short we did for the Hamilton Film Festival. That was
okay,
really
cool.
fun. Pat and another talented comic, Dan Brennan. But yeah, that was a blast. We did that one in Levity, like after hours. We had to wait for a show to wrap up and close. So we were like, I think we started at like 1 a.m. We were there till like 6 in the morning.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Pat and Dan, both workhorses, man. I was impressed with you guys.
That's
that was
awesome.
like, and we had to shoot everything over and over because it was one camera. So it was just like these guys are just hammering the same lines over and over, and did an amazing job.
I don't know if you could, he used different takes throughout the night, but we were drinking too, so it's
a little sloppier.
I'm drunk at the beginning of the sketch, but not at the end.
That happened, eh? Yeah. That sounds like Manolis. All right, everybody, let's play our game. We're going to get into it now. It's called Friday at 420. We have 12 random topics in 12 official Bell Media envelopes. They say Bell Media right on that, Paul Maxwell. You see, that makes them official. So I'm going to get you to jump up to our Plinko board. Right. And if you've never played Plinko, that's just another of the many added benefits of being a guest on our program. So drop that puck, and we'll see what random topic Paul Maxwell, director extraordinaire, gets on this edition of Friday at 420. What number we got, boys?
Number 1. Dude.
Number 1. Nice, out of the gate. Let's go in order today. I like that idea. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Paul, here's a tough question right out of the gate. I hate to hit you hard early, my friend, but thin crust or deep dish? Which is it going to be, Paulie?
Well,
thin crust or deep dish?
I think both kind of missed the mark, to be honest.
You're going to
take deep dish. Deep dish is gonna put you down for the night. Like, it's a commitment, Honestly, I think I've had like one full slice of deep dish once, and it was the worst pizza decision I had ever made because it just knocked me out. It was delicious. I think it's called Chicago style. It was here in Hamilton.
Yes,
it was like a 40-pound pie, and just like I ate a full piece and was toast.
That was
but then thin crust is like, it leaves you wanting, man. It's not like, I don't know.
You're at some mid-crust level.
Yeah, I mean, they're both kind of half measures. But I like a regular OG crust. But I guess that's not one of the options, so I'll say thin crust because I haven't been on the Manolis cleanse. I don't.
Well, as you'll come to find on this show, whether there's an option, whether it's listed as an option or not, you can take any option you like, Paul Maxwell. Absolutely.
Okay.
How about you, Manolis? Thin crust or deep dish?
A deep dish is good if you're drunk.
Yes. It's going to soak up all of them.
You feel like you're eating a meal. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll just use a fork, and I feel like a man for some reason. But I do enjoy the thin crust. If I'm trying to, I feel like I'll watch my figure. I won't get overweight somehow. But I've recently tried the pizza because my nephew's allergic to gluten. So we'll get gluten-free pizza.
Okay.
And it's almost like eating air. It's amazing.
So that's super thin crust.
Yeah. It's almost
no crust.
It's like you're eating nothing.
Did it taste good?
It tastes okay. It tastes good. It tastes better than you think it is. But now I just go to the pizza place and I just want a bowl of gluten. You know what I mean?
That's all I want. Yeah. Give me the gluten. Patrick Coppolino, you like to do some cooking and some chefing. Do you ever make your own pizza?
I have a couple times. Yeah.
Okay. And what did that turn out like?
So it tasted good.
Was it pretty good?
It looked kind of weird. But,
okay.
Yeah, I still got to master the doughs, but I prefer thin crust, crispy thin crust.
Okay, nice.
Deep dish is like a tomato quiche. It's gross. I don't.
I also find the deep dish overwhelms the topping choice, right? I mean, if I have a lot of toppings on my pizza, I love the thin crust because it's just a nice way to deliver lots of toppings.
Yeah.
And I'm a big topping guy. So, but if you just were after the white pizza or something like that, I can see where the crust
all the
is
toppings.
You know what? Load it up, man.
Yeah.
I don't normally do anchovies, but if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat anything. So, Manolis, get up there and drop a Plinko puck. Let's get another topic going. You see, Paul, they only get harder from here, my friend. We're playing Friday at 420. Number what?
We'll go 12.
Wow, we were going to go in order, but now we're just bouncing end to end here like a
order.
ping pong table. Would you be cool, Manolis, with a cashless society? Would you be cool if we just eliminated cash and we just walked around with our plastic cards?
I was literally talking about this yesterday. But what do you mean, like no cards, nothing though?
No cash.
No cash.
No more
Not
cash.
no money, just no.
No, you'd still
cash.
physical
Oh, because I was thinking, like yesterday, how like
Star Trek, where there's no money, you just take whatever you want.
Yeah, well, you look at money. When you look at actual money, it only exists because we decide it exists.
Yes, that's right.
That this piece of paper that says $20
is worth something.
Is worth $20. Yeah. But the reality is, it's
just
not
a piece of paper.
It's just a piece. It's not. It's just paper. We're just adults.
The mushrooms are kicking in.
We're adults playing with. We're playing. adult monopoly. This is what we're doing.
Yes.
It makes no sense. I would be.
You know what, though? The only thing is it does make sense if you don't want to have to carry around gold bars with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
But the fact that anything is of value that matters amazes me. I don't know. It's like a car could be worth like $1,000 or it could be like $50,000. They all move.
Like what's it worth to you, right?
Yeah.
What is something worth to you? So
I would say, but I would.
But are you handy with the plastic? You use a Visa card, a debit card? What do you do?
I like cash. I'm not involved in the illegal activities of stuff as much as I used to be.
Right.
So I would be okay with a cashless society.
Okay, excellent.
But like if it's the old Manolis would not be okay because
the old Manolis lived in the underworld.
Yeah, so there's been times my bank account hasn't been active for like 7 months. You know what I mean? Like,
Patty Coppolino, what do you say? You got the Cashless Society okay with you? You ready to go full plastic?
Yeah, I'm okay with that now. But for years, I had so much debt with the bank that I couldn't leave money in there. So if I cashed a check, I'd have to just get the cash out.
Oh, right.
Because the bank would take it.
Yes.
So I used to walk around with a scary amount of cash in my wallet. Like if I got jumped, then I'm homeless.
Yes.
But now
you got everything straightened out.
I've got my stuff together, and I have a bank account
All
again.
right.
So I'm for that.
I that's all I carry is a piece of plastic. I don't ever have cash on me. I mean, and then now it's once in a while you go into a place that it only accepts cash, and you're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
Well, years.
Paul Maxwell, you've been doing some traveling recently down in the States.
Yeah.
We actually adopted more quickly the Cashless Society model here in Canada. What do you think about running cashless?
I mean, personally speaking, I don't really carry cash, but directorially speaking, I feel like a scene with like a standoff and handing off a briefcase of like hundreds is way cooler than like a prepaid Visa transfer in the desert or something. Like
they
it's
tap
not
their phones.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to see cash stick around.
Yeah, that's gonna make for a great scene one day.
Yeah,
wouldn't
just Venmoing in the desert.
Cashless would kill organized crime, wouldn't it?
I think so. I mean, yeah.
It'd make it a lot harder.
Well, of course it would.
Yes.
It would be a problem.
Yeah. And the poor strippers. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
are you gonna slide that card between them?
You can't throw loonies at them.
See, there's lots of people are going to be hurt by that. My favorite thing when you go into a place that only takes cash is they always have one of those, highway robbery ATMs set up in the corner, and they're getting kickbacks from that. So it's like, hey, hold on a second, you won't pay Visa the fee it costs to be able to run my Visa, but you're going to make me pay that ATM to get cash out. Like, hey. I'm taking on too much of a burden. Patrick Coppolino, get up and drop a puck. We're playing Friday at 420. We appreciate the fact that you've taken some time out of your busy day to hang out with us. That is awesome. What number did you get,
8.
my friend? Number 8. Number 8 on this Friday at 420 with special guest, director extraordinaire Paul Maxwell. Number 8, topic number 8. Patrick Coppolino, when you get sick, are you a tough guy or a big baby?
I'm a big baby.
No, you're not.
Why?
I need at least one tough guy in the room. Come on, we can't all be big babies.
It's been scientifically proven that men are
Weak.
weak. Like they don't handle being sick as well as women do.
I always like to think of it as more as sickness actually impacts us. Men get hurt harder by sickness. It's not that we're weak. It's just that if the common cold, a woman just doesn't feel the symptoms the way a man does. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. It depends what kind of sick.
So you're a bit soft, yeah?
I'll definitely
you little curl up on the
on the couch.
Patrick's going to curl up on the couch. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, Lindsay's got to take care of me.
Well, and she's got a nursing degree, so
yeah.
she can.
You know what? That's been super. Every time I've gotten sick, it's been
super helpful.
Yeah,
because you're a bit of a hypochondriac.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So it's like, should I go to the hospital for this, honey?
Yeah, I have a fever. No. I think I'm dying. So,
Manolis, are you a tough guy or are you a big baby when you get sick? You don't have anyone to hold you.
Yeah,
I'll hold you.
Paul Maxwell stepping up. That's very nice.
He was just really sick.
Maybe not through the week of diarrhea. But.
yeah. Right. Don't hold him too tight. It'll come out.
Oh, it was the worst. So I get when I not only do get diarrhea.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go there.
I go. I'm like on the toilet like for the 10th time, and I'm just But then all of a sudden I have to puke again. And I'm like, you ever puke and you're like, where's this liquid coming from?
Yeah.
Like I'm empty. Like what's happening?
Your body's just, it's like, liquefying inside, right?
So I just throw my head into the tub because it's right across from the toilet. And I'm like,
are you still sitting on the toilet?
I was sitting on the toilet.
So you didn't want to whirl around and stick your head in there.
No,
you do not.
No, I've done that.
I know, but you don't want to go there.
So now I'm like, my head's in the tub, and I'm like this, but I have I'm so sick that I have no control of my rim hole.
Yeah.
And it's kicking back. Like as I'm puking, it's squirting. I'm like, you think someone just struck oil, and it's going poop, poop, like 4 squirts. It's all liquid, so now looks like there was a skunk behind me. You know what I mean? There was just a rat tail on the wall. It was brutal. It was brutal, dude. It was everywhere.
You haven't traveled to China recently, have you?
I was just my first thought. I was thinking maybe I got this SARS thing, man. Maybe I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? You probably had the flu at the very least, and there's still regular flu going around, right?
Yeah,
or food poisoning of some kind. Or?
I don't know why. Well, my dad fell down and he was sick, and I had to deal with that. And by the 6 o'clock in the morning, I was just like, I got what he got 10 times worse because he's better than me.
He's tougher than you.
Yeah.
Paul Maxwell, tough or a big baby when you get sick, man?
Well, I'm too tough to get sick.
Oh,
Mike. Yeah. But when I do, I'm a huge baby.
He folds over.
The worst, man. The worst.
Sadly, we got 4 men in here, and every one of us knows we're damn big babies. Paul, I'll get you dropping the Plinko puck, my friend, as we continue on this Friday at 4:20. We promise, if you've been listening and you found that last little bit from Manolis a little bit disturbing, we will not allow him to talk anymore about his recent bout of diarrhea. What number did you get?
I think that was a 7.
That was a 7. Topic number 7. Here we go. Paul Maxwell, your topic on this Friday at 4:20. When you have diarrhea.
Activated charcoal. That's what I take.
Hey, Paul, what is your favorite room at home?
Your
favorite room of all the rooms that you have at your disposal in your home or your house or your apartment or wherever you live. What's your favorite room?
Well, that's a very interesting, accidentally loaded question because right now my girlfriend and I are living at her parents' place.
Oh, wow! So
we had a
kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, we had a beautiful, big, open concept loft in Hamilton that we loved, and we gave it up because we're on the road so much. And we were renting. Right. We want to buy a place, and anyone trying to buy a place for the first time knows getting that down payment's hard. So they're graciously putting up with us. So I kind of have to choose the one room we basically live in. But
it's my favorite right now.
But man. It's good.
Traditionally, when you're in a house and you had, let's say, access to all the rooms.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Is there you like the living space? You prefer the kind of the bedroom? Are you a heavy sleeper? You know what I mean? Is there a place you love to be?
I'm a huge nerd, and I've got a crazy video game setup with VR and a racing seat and the whole thing.
Wow,
and a
full
shifter.
out,
dude. It's the best. So whatever room you stick that in, I'm happy.
That's a perfect answer. Manolis Zontanos, favorite room? Not the bathroom, please.
Have you heard her parents have sex yet?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Only if I listened very closely.
Yes.
No.
That's why he's got the racing game turned up.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I think the lounge in Levity is my favorite room.
Wow,
I've turned it.
There you go.
I've turned it into
your home.
My home.
It's like your rec room, right? Your man cave.
Yeah, I've turned it into a. You've seen it. There's records and games and
it's awesome.
It's cool, but I can't masturbate there. So I would have to say, I guess the computer room.
I'm just thinking, just like Paul's got the racing chair and the computer game set up, Manolis has the masturbating chair.
Well, he says he doesn't do that there, but he put pictures of the Spice Girls in all the bathrooms. So, I don't know.
After hours at Levity. More than we needed to know. Patrick Coppolino, favorite room?
Well, at home I spend most of the time in the living room, but But now that, like living with a woman, I have a duvet now in my bed.
Oh, wow. You are living the dream, brother.
It's pretty you don't realize how, because like every girl has a duvet, right?
Yes.
Guys don't have duvets. Like single guys don't have duvets.
What's a duvet again?
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
Single for 49 years.
What is a duvet? Is it a
never run
fancy
into one.
bed?
It's like a blanket, but it's a
really nice,
like
puffy blanket.
Oh,
that they
yeah.
put.
every girl has them.
I thought it was the
topper
thing
on a
you used to
bed.
lie on. I thought it was like a cushion thing.
No, that's not the duvet. The duvet keeps you cozy warm, especially when you're sick.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the kitchen.
I was thinking
love
about that
the kitchen.
too. Yeah, I do love the kitchen.
I was hoping for kitchen. We would just get varied answers here, but no, he's like going, I'm sleeping.
He does like sleeping.
He loves sleeping. Manolis, get up and drop a Plinko puck as we continue Friday at 4:20. Our guest, Paul Maxwell, fresh from the road with Walk Off the Earth, the director extraordinaire. Can I call you director extraordinaire?
Sure.
I don't know if is that on your business card?
Anything extraordinary is
okay?
fine with me.
That's good. Absolutely.
Can I ask him a quick question?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Did you? Were you part of that Beatles?
Yeah.
Did you shot that?
I shot that. Yeah.
Where
that was
so it's 40 Beatles songs in
20 songs in 4 minutes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So
that's
they
it.
did a mashup,
Wow.
a medley of and it's all actually in chronological order too. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
and that's available on.
it just came out. It's on YouTube. Yeah,
On YouTube?
you can check it out at youtube.com/walkofftheearth.
Okay.
Should be the first one that comes up there. We did it at Rebels Rock Pub here in Hamilton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were super, super nice. The owners
That
there,
is awesome.
very accommodating. It was
So-
wicked. So yeah, we just loaded in and did like an impromptu little
So
performance.
how many Beatles songs in a row?
20 songs,
20
all in
songs.
chronological order, and they all blend like seamlessly. It's a medley.
Wow.
They did a really our audio producer engineer Tokyo Spears and Johnny Illuminati from the band worked really hard on that with a couple other people, and it's
Making
awesome,
them,
man.
like,
It's
blending
really
them,
really
right?
good.
Because at some point you kind of go, I could corral a half a dozen songs that are the same key, same chord progression.
There's some interesting
but
kind of turnarounds.
There
to make
must
things
be.
work.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. I recommend checking it out. It's and it's getting some
very
good
neat,
eyeballs
man.
on it. So we're really
It's-
happy about that one.
Crazy. Like how it's so song. It's like they do like 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds of
exactly.
each song.
Yeah.
But it just like I can't imagine how much they must have. It must have been so much practicing.
It was 6 months. It was like 6 months of work for that one, and there's crazy instrumentation on it. Like people were playing like 2 recorders at the same time, like one mouth, 2 recorders, and like people were playing multiple instruments.
There are
It's
very
wild.
few bands that you could ever do that with because
Absolutely.
the songs have to be so well known, right? That you can establish a song in 10 seconds. You already know. Oh my god, I recognize that one.
Yeah.
So the Beatles is sort of the perfect band for that. I know Manolis, you're impressed.
Oh my god!
Because you strung together every scream
Oh,
from Van Halen using
David Lee
nothing
Roth.
but a cassette recorder.
Amazing.
Back and forth between 2 cassette recorders.
1986. It was.
Every
That's
scream by
incredible.
David Lee Roth on a Van Halen record is all, and it's the most annoying thing you'll ever hear in your life.
And
It
it's
didn't
in
turn
or-
out
That's
as good as the
amazing.
Beatles thing.
It's in order too, from like first album to the last album.
Chronological.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's the key. That's amazing.
Maybe I should make a video.
Yeah, it's good call, David Lee Roth.
Nine.
It was
I'm
number 9. Thank you. I know Manolis is always paying attention. Number 9, topic number 9, Friday at 4:20 with Paul Maxwell, our special guest. All right, it's time for your stadium entrance. You've hit the big time, Manolis. You are a stadium comic. What is the theme song you're walking out to?
Okay. I'm gonna say.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manolis Zontanos.
I have always wanted to use "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. Just for the cheesiness of it.
It is. It's a great song. Everybody
Yeah.
be singing along, and
But
people
I
love
almost
that song.
want to come out to it and then just leave. like not even do the show because I don't think I'd be able to. I don't think I'd be able to top
Can't
that.
top that. Everybody sing along, and then
Yeah.
you just walk right off. Excellent. Patrick Coppolino, your stadium show. What's the song you're coming out to?
You know that you know on The Price is Right? Like the Price is Right sale,
yeah.
the bum bum ba
That's beautiful. That'd be fantastic.
That reminds me of my sex life.
That would be an awesome song to come
That
out to.
or the Home Improvement theme song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is a good theme song.
Paul Maxwell, you've gotten the chance to be in stadiums. What are you going to come out to if you're performing a show?
Well, Manolis is right. Don't Stop Believing is epic. But early on in my film career, I took an ill-advised editing gig to edit like these videos put together for like 8-year-olds' birthdays, and they got to be like a pop star princess.
Oh, right,
and this one girl performed "Don't Stop Believing," and I know she's only 8, so it's not really, but it was. My ears were bleeding, and I think I would come out to that version because that I might be able to follow.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Did you work with Ray Lyle on those?
Sorry?
Ray Lyle?
No.
Remember Ray Lyle in The Storm?
No.
Ray Lyle was a local musician in
Oh
Hamilton.
my God, I do remember him.
He ran a birthday gig down in Stony
really?
Creek where he would help you. He'd get the kids all in and he'd show them instruments and show them how to perform and videotape them.
Nice.
I was just curious. It was just funny.
No, different thing. Same kind of idea.
Do you remember his hit? I can't remember his hit.
Carry Me, and the biggest one was, I think, a song called Carry Me. He was awesome. I went and saw him a couple times perform. He's living out in B.C. now. But anyway,
Really?
Ray Lyle and The Storm was an incredible band here in Hamilton for 3 or 4 years, I guess, in the early 90s.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We did the song, so now whose turn is it? Patrick?
I think it's Patrick's.
There's Patrick. He's now coming out onto the stadium floor. Patrick Coppolino. I like the idea, though, of some kind of just a signature sound as opposed to that song that's going to have everyone rocking and rolling and jamming. What'd you get?
We've done those 2 numbers.
2. Let's say 2.
I got 2. Yeah, we don't stand on principle around here. Patrick Coppolino, do you take a compliment well?
If it's quick. Yeah, I get really uncomfortable if
If it goes on, if somebody's like, it's not just a, hey, you look good in that chapeau. That you can handle that.
Yeah,
but if they're like,
fine.
oh, Patrick, the way you do this and the way you do, and then it's just like, oh.
Which happens all the time, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
No,
the way you make love.
I get embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you do get embarrassed?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you hand out compliments, or are you pretty reserved with that too?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, are you?
Especially I mean, I
but
shouldn't say this, but
is it only a
people are
return?
like, did you see my set on amateur night? Yeah, it was great.
It was great. I didn't really see it. You can't see them all.
I know.
It's just some people will absolutely compliment you if you compliment them.
Actually,
it's the return compliment.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, you look great. Hey, so do you. Right? But they would never instigate a compliment.
I have made a point of doing that more.
Trying to be
lately,
better about.
Because I'll notice things, even if I see someone like you said, like someone got a haircut or they're wearing a nice outfit. Like I'll think it. I used to think it and not say anything, so now I try to vocalize it. Yeah,
that's cool. I think it's helpful and it lifts. Man, it's such a big deal to the people you do it for
sure. Yeah,
right. And I'm not talking about you saying you got a nice ass.
But you do, Mike.
Well, I know, but buddy, come on.
Well, he's part of why I do it now because
he's really
he does
good
it to everyone, and they're like,
really
"Oh, I can't believe you noticed," or like, especially girls are like impressed because guys don't really notice stuff like
I'm
do their
weirdly
hair.
good with that.
Yeah.
I see it,
Well, and especially when you're talking to women, it's not the obvious, right? I mean, you'll compliment a sweater they're wearing or something as opposed to their boobs.
Right.
Right? Even though you're thinking, I'd like to compliment your boobs right now.
But I'll do I'll notice for some reason when a girl changes her hair color.
Right.
And I'll bring it up and they'll be like, a lot of times they'll be like, you're the first one that said something.
Yeah, you're making us all look bad, man.
It's pretty amazing his ability to see different colors.
Well, I think that has something to do with Manolis. Now I got to move you to the redhead category.
Yeah.
Damn it! You threw me off. Yeah. That's why he remembers. Do you take a compliment well, Manolis?
I can accept it, but I don't want to continue it. If that makes sense,
You don't want it. Like the exaggerated version, you don't want somebody to keep going on and on. You'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, sometimes it's more like it might be more of a fanboy in the sense of it's not even like an audience member, more like a comic that's a newer comic, and they might start trying to. It's nothing negative, but they're like almost blowing smoke up your butt,
right?
And
right.
I'm like. And I'm like, okay,
that's
I don't
true.
want. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. But
it happened online the other day, didn't it?
Yeah. And
you would think he died because all these comics were leaving why they like Manolis stories.
Well, how did that get started?
Brandon. I gave Brandon Sobel. He's a great guy.
Yeah, great guy. I know Brandon.
And I gave him some. I give comics advice.
Right.
If I think if they ask or it just happens or I say something nice, and he put it on. He said he put it out there that I did that.
Right.
And then all these other comics started
sharing stories.
It's like oh, one time he said this to me, and another. It's like, and then Pat helped fix it.
Yeah, I was like, he was a great guy, and then # rest in peace.
I was like, thank you.
That's amazing.
I will say that when I've come into contact with comics, any number of comics, people speak very highly of you. I mean, the comedy community has the utmost respect for you, which is why I invited you to be on this show.
Thank you.
Because I knew that they would come and do the show if Manolis was on it. For no money. Which is the most important part. So you can take a compliment well, but you just let's just get it on, get it over with, and let's move on.
And yeah, exactly. And if it's a girl giving me a compliment, I just think something's wrong with her because
there's no way that could be true.
Yeah, you think I'm cute? No, you don't.
Remember, there's a comic. She's like, he was wearing like a Western shirt that he doesn't normally wear, and she goes, she said, "Oh, I really like that shirt on you, Manolis," and he goes, "Thank you. I'm gonna make a point of wearing it more." And she was.
I think it's, I'll wear it. I should wear it all the time. Then.
Yeah. So I know you meant it like that, but she was like, "Oh no, you don't have to. Like, not for me."
Yes. Just keep wearing it for me, Manolis. That'd be great. Paul Maxwell, director, some music videos, some other stuff. What's it like? Do you compliment the people that you're shooting? Do you compliment them to keep them? Usually they have egos and stuff. Does that keep them in the moment and keep them working well for you?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. I think that's all sort of part of the director toolkit. Is like you want to praise someone when they're doing well, but you also can't throw it around either. Like it's got to be
blowing smoke up.
Yeah, it's got to be earned because like that's your job. Is you're trying to evoke the best performance out of someone that you can. So if you tell them everything they're doing is great, then they're not going to become any better. And if I'm working with someone, I want them to be better on my set than they were on the last set, and better on my next set than they were on my last. So I think that you've got to be careful with those things, but definitely praise when it's due for sure. But I think outside of that environment, I mean, like, yeah, I think complimenting people is great. I also struggle to take the long format compliment, especially if it's something that you feel you could have done better. It's a hard thing where you're like, you want to be polite, you don't want to rob them of that nice feeling of complimenting you, but at the same time, sometimes when you're like, really, that thing, like, I don't want, like, that wasn't, so I think that can be hard. But I think it's across the board for all creatives. We're kind of like always striving for praise, and then when we get it, we're all like introverted and weird.
It's interesting. There's a couple of things, and you just touched on sort of somebody complimenting you, and especially going on at length about something that you thought was either not as well done as you would have liked it to have been, or even more so, something that was pretty easy for you.
Yeah. And
I always think about that when there are things in my life that I've really worked hard to become good at, and a compliment about that means something more to me than it's like somebody complimenting me on being tall. Like, I didn't have a choice. This is just who I am. So it's those things where you kind of go, wow, if you really worked hard and really, oh my God, that just means so much more.
That's it, man. I hate my birthday. And I don't hate it. I hate the fanfare, because that's my whole thing is like day to day, I'm always striving to try to get those sort of accolades of like, great job, I love what you made. And then when a bunch of people pay you that for just like not dying today,
for being there.
Yeah, it's like it bums me out. I'm like, why? Like, why now? Why like this is the best thing I did?
But
Nothing?
there are presents involved.
Yeah,
if there weren't presents
I'm a broken
involved,
person, Mike. It's not.
Manolis, are you okay with somebody going on and on, or do you need your compliments short?
I prefer it short.
Okay, and do you go on and on when you compliment somebody? You just keep it tight and to the point, right?
I
think most of us in this room agree that that's the way to go.
I could also make that mistake and fanboy out and do something like go too far, but I try to be aware of it. But it depends on the situation.
It does, man. It is. I hope that anyone listening and kind of was working out in their own minds how they handle that. I hope the takeaway is that we should all do it more, because you can just have such a huge impact and lift somebody up on that given day, and it's crappy and they're struggling or whatever, and you just give them the old, man, I just love the way you do that. It's like, wow, it just can change everything, right? So very cool. Whose turn is it to Plinko?
I think I already didn't.
We got time for one more topic. Come on, somebody get up there and throw a puck into the damn machine. Paul Maxwell, good man.
Paul, I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
No, I know. He's definitely tripping out now. All right.
Did we do
anything
8?
remotely close to a number we haven't done yet? 8 we did. We got
6.
7.
Oh, 6. 6. We haven't done 6. I feel like topic 6 is a good one too. This is a deep topic to end on. You guys ready for this?
I like deep.
Okay. Are you a jealous person, Paul Maxwell? Do you get jealous? Do you have any issues with envy or jealousy?
I'm going to say I'm competitive.
Okay, that's
I don't
good.
think I get like the jealousy, envy. They seem petty and like they seem like they don't get you anywhere. They just eat away at you.
Right.
But I definitely will try to measure up to people like my partner in life and many other things. Andrea Hunter is an amazing photographer, and we like constantly will get like one person gets an opportunity or they do something they're really happy with or that people really latch onto, and it's like. You certainly don't get jealous of it, and you're happy for them, but you're like, oh, okay, well then I got to go do something cool now. Like, watch this, watch me go.
Step up the game.
Yeah, so I think that like competition can come from those things, and
sure.
like, and sometimes that can feel a little bit like, oh, you got that call, I wanted that call, or whatever. And fortunately, we're not like in exactly competing industries or anything. Otherwise, it might be more like that. But I find if I see someone doing something that I wish I was getting to do, it spurs me on to go do it for sure.
Right. And the other thing is too is that, yeah, and I guess really what I was looking for is because I understand that competitive, streak. I'm just kind of looking for like real, just that person has it all. That's just not, that kind of, that's not, it feels not fair that somebody else is getting all the breaks when you're not, or that kind of jealousy, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I've been so fortunate to have some breaks like early in a career that like I'm not in a position to be jealous of anybody. I got a lot of opportunities and unfortunately they went well, but like,
that's awesome. Yeah. Manolis, do you get jealous?
Well, in the past I have. No,
okay.
I
you used to be more jealous than you are now?
Yeah, but it's just like learning, going through it. Like when you're a new comic, the first 2 or 3 years, you turn into that like, why is this person getting that one?
Okay.
And then I realized how all these other comedians are all miserable, and I was becoming miserable, and I just realized I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I just want to enjoy it. I want everybody to have what they want. I just want it too.
That's part of your good advice.
Yeah, it's so there's so much to try to get, and if you think about everybody, how many comedians there are, and the numbers game, and trying to get somewhere, and you'll just go crazy. So I just learned a long time ago just to enjoy doing stand up every show that I do.
Just for your own personal enjoyment. It's not about the competition.
I'm not worried
about what's going on.
I'm honestly not even worried about getting famous or like.
Well, you have a radio show, so you're already famous.
Am I? I don't know.
Your picture's on the wall in the bathroom at Levity.
Yeah. Oh, Manolis, you're like killing it, man. You're a household name.
I don't know. Let's go to Patrick.
The compliment.
The compliment got too long. Yeah.
Machine, man. Patrick Coppolino, are you jealous? Have you been jealous?
Yeah, I used to be.
You've matured out of that a little bit?
Yeah, relationship-wise, I'm very secure.
Right, that helps.
Confident in that, but I wasn't always. So that, but yeah, it's also like you got to learn, like, it's weird to me that when people are in relationships and like they obviously are with someone that they like or they're attracted to, but then it blows their mind that other people find them attractive, or you know what I mean? Like,
weird,
other people like them because for the same reasons you do, right? But if you're secure that there's no issue there, you could take that as a compliment if you know someone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And just back to Manolis for a second, because you were talking about comedy and being comically jealous. What about with relationships? Do you get jealous if you were dating a girl and then she's now with somebody else? Does that bother you at all? Is it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't get jealous. The only thing I hate about when you see a girl that you used to date out, like, it bothers me that it looks like they're having more fun
than they were.
Yeah. So I hate that part.
Yeah, because they've won.
Yeah, like I want to date their new boyfriend.
Yeah, I used to feel like out of relationships that you just secretly wish they were just like you're done with them and then they die.
You never see them again. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But I find if I'm jealous during the relationship for whatever, I find that's probably more like there's a problem with that relationship because I've had a bunch of relationships where I've never been jealous. So there's probably something that she's doing that's not you're not liking.
Yeah.
And so you're just better off to get out.
Yeah. I think a little bit in career and relationships is a little healthy, right? It shows you
a little passion,
like if you don't
right?
care at all,
exactly.
then that's weird, right?
Yeah.
But career-wise, I don't get so much jealous as I get like I'm kind of like I get upset when people that don't deserve things get things.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does, and that can be. It can be a bit debilitating if you let it. I mean,
you'll shake your head.
But like I'm always of the mind that for every person I can point to who's been gifted way more than me, I can also point to somebody who's been gifted way less.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the middle of the road somewhere, I'm a pretty lucky dude. So
sometimes I find like sometimes comics are more talented at making it seem like they're supposed to be there. Than being that should be there.
Eric Johnson.
Guy works the stage, man. I'm telling you. That's it. That's all we have time for. Can you believe that's gone by so fast? Paul Maxwell, how do we follow you on social media and check out what you're doing?
I'm terrible at social media, but please
Excellent.
check it out.
Okay.
paulmaxwell.ca is my website. At Paul Maxwell Film on Instagram. My Facebook I never update. But
no.
But nobody,
check nobody uses Facebook anymore. And most important, check out the latest YouTube video from Walk Off the Earth, right?
Do.
The Beatles.
Check it out.
20 Beatles songs in 4 minutes. It's a pretty amazing feat.
Yeah, check it out on YouTube. And I also play in a band myself called Voltang that I should mention. Voltang. Check that out. Some like hardcore, hard rock kind of stuff.
You guys going to be playing? You play locally on a regular basis?
Yeah, we tour more than play locally, but yeah, we're working on a new record that's going to be coming out.
So keep an eye out for Voltang.
Yeah.
Excellent. Paul Maxwell, thank you so much, man.
Thank
you were
you.
a blast to hang out with. We really appreciate it. Manolis, what do you want to say?
Old high school friend of mine, Tim Souls, owns a barber shop called Souls Classic Barber. I think they do tattoos too. It's on. I'm pretty sure they do. All right, I'm pretty sure they tattoo. Not while you're getting a.
No, I know.
But they do beards and all that stuff. 1915 King Street East, and their phone number is 905-963-1393.
All right, check it out.
Solid dude.
Maybe the only place you can get a tat and cut at the same time.
Yeah.
That's nice. Patrick Coppolino, Levity Comedy Club.
Levity Comedy, but also an old high school friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Warren.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's up to.
Okay, excellent.
Haven't talked to him in years.
So look him up on Facebook.
Warren. That's it. Yeah, that'd be. Everybody should add him.
Add Justin Warren.
On Facebook. Suddenly gets 100 ads.
I have no idea who he is.
We should start doing this every week.
Just naming people from our past.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the 100.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. LevityComedyClub.com. Check it out for all the latest shenanigans that Patrick and his crew are up to.
We got
Levity
John
Comedy
Doerr
Club.
coming Easter weekend.
John Doerr, Easter weekend. John Doerr, very, very funny dude. Yeah. You're going to have a great weekend with John Doerr. You can get tickets already at LevityComedyClub.com. Thanks, fellas. It was awesome hanging out with you, but most important, it was awesome hanging out with you, the listener. Thank you so much for being a part of our show. And until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend! Woo!